This is the Shaver Prep Football Podcast, episode 24, season 2, presented by Aquarius Home Services and brought to you by True Stone Financial, 612 Quarterbacks, Pizza Barn, and powered by 10K Construction. I'm Randy Shaver. Thanks for being here. We're excited about season 2 of Minnesota high school football coverage, and we're in new digs. I like it. Brand new studio here, and Talk North doing a great job, and you'll see a lot of this studio during the course of our year. I started this visual podcast last July and not only talked with and highlighted the best in Minnesota prep football, but brought in the biggest names in Minnesota football to talk about their journeys, including their high school days, from John Randall to Chad Greenway to Matt Burke and beyond. The conversation was both enlightening and entertaining. And my plan is to do the same this fall. For example, coming up in just a few minutes, Vikings Hall of Fame player and all-around great guy, Randall McDaniel, will join me in studio, and we'll talk about the booming sport of girls flag football in Minnesota with Jeff Erdmann and star player Sophia. But first, one of the big prep football stories of the summer was the decision by Roman Voss of Jackson County Central to choose the Gophers over Alabama to play football next year. He's a big part of PJ Fleck's star-studded 2026 recruiting class, and I'm thrilled to have Roman as my first guest for the 2025 Shaver Prep Football Podcast. Well, Roman Voss is considered the state's top football recruit out of Jackson County Central, 4-star athlete, future Gopher. Thanks for joining me. This has been a crazy summer. You were kind of the big news of the summer when you made the decision a few weeks ago to choose the Gophers over Alabama. Tell me about that decision. What all went into it? Can you take a breath now and enjoy the decision that you made?
Yeah, thank you. Decision, it was a long one, right? I mean, it was back in my sophomore year during the spring. Minnesota came and watched me worked out, and they were actually my first offer. And I mean, you just gotta stay true to your process, really, honestly. You gotta stick to the culture. It's all about the people, honestly. And I just think the people in that building are gonna pour everything into me. And I kind of thought that was one of the biggest reasons why I chose there. Also, being from Minnesota is very, very cool to keep the number one. And I mean, the top 3 guys there are all going there.
Yep.
And I just think, I think it's turning. I think turning around. I think everyone can see that in the state. And I think Coach Fleck has done just an amazing job. And my tight end coach has done an amazing job with me. And I just think we got a good thing going at Minnesota and want to keep it going.
All right. So speaking of those 3 guys, it's Roman Voss, it's Howie Johnson, it's Andrew Trout. I understand you're getting together this weekend. What's the game plan?
I think they're driving here right now. I think they said they had you, and then they're heading their way right now. So I mean, we're just gonna have a good time. Hang out at the lake, my house.
Okay. So whose idea was this? Yours?
It's mine.
Okay. So why?
I don't know. I mean, gotta find roommates almost too, right? I mean, gotta like the people you're living with, right? So I mean, just want to get to know my future teammates too. I think it's cool.
So you guys have probably crossed paths at recruiting things at the U, stuff like that, but probably never had a chance to really talk.
Yeah.
Right? So this is kind of that opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, their process was a little different. They kind of committed on the spot. They knew Minnesota. They wanted it. So that was kind of the only spot I ever saw them at. And I mean, it was always great conversations, kind of introduced ourselves. And I don't know, I just got them on Snapchat. Seemed like good kids. They're the closest ones here. Otherwise, probably all the commits could come over if they were closer, right? But yeah, I mean, it's just cool. Just want to get to know my future teammates.
I understand they also did a little recruiting in chatting with you over the last couple of months too, to try, kind of say, hey man, come on, come join us.
Yeah, no, for sure. They both sent me some DMs and it's just like, appreciate it. So yeah.
But that's the great part of this, right? I mean, you guys are feeling like you're part of something big, because I think when you look around at what PJ has done, And especially this recruiting class, for whatever reason, this one really kind of stands out. And I think there's that feeling of something special is about to happen here.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, pretty much exactly what you said. Try to get to those college football playoffs, win a game, keep going. I mean, just keep building every single year, and hopefully next year's a better recruiting class.
All right, so you're going to play tight end in college. What?
Yep.
When was the last time you blocked for anybody?
MYFL, sixth grade, and I loved it. I did love it, but yeah, it's been a while. But we're gonna have to learn
Seriously,
it.
that's the last time you blocked for somebody.
For someone in a real game, yes, probably. But I'm excited. I'm super excited. I'm actually excited to get away from quarterback and just focus on me and focus on getting better at that position. It's gonna be fun.
So you're 6'2", about what, 225 right now, playing at about that height weight. What do they want you to be at when you
Yeah,
play tight end?
yeah, yeah. I'm about like 6'4", 230 right now,
Okay.
and I mean, right now they don't really care. I'm pretty big right now, so they've kind of talked about freshman year 245 ish,
Yeah.
like 248, 250, right? And
Yeah.
then hopefully like sophomore year, like 255, and kind of stay at that
So
weight,
just
be able
kind
to
of
move around.
easing into it a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How are your hands? I know you got great hands, but I mean, are you
I
ready?
think,
Are you
yeah, I think they're good enough. I mean, definitely got to get in that jugs machine more, but
you're ready to catch a college football pass as opposed
yeah,
to yeah.
lot of practice for sure. But I'm ready for it.
Let's talk about Jackson County Central. You have a great year last year. You guys go 13-0. I was there the night at Orono when you broke your
Hmm.
ankle.
Hmm.
You were having a fabulous football game against Norwood. What happened on that sideline play? Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean, it's football. Stuff happens, right? But I was a couple yards out of bounds, got drop tackled, broke ankle. And it's pretty much the story.
Yeah.
Stuff happens in football. It's part of the game. It's just part of it. So
How devastating was that for you? Because you guys had obviously a great team. You're a big
mhm,
part of that. And then to watch your teammates pick you up and
mhm.
take you guys all the way to the prep bowl and win the thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was very, very special. I truthfully had no doubt in my mind that they could still win it 100%. I knew that we were that good, and it was great. It was a little bittersweet to watch from the sidelines. Wish I could have been part of it, but I
Yeah.
was just so happy for them, and it was awesome to see.
And now healthy, everything's fine with the
Yep,
ankle. Yeah.
yep, getting really, really healthy right now. So it's probably the best I've ever felt.
There's a number out there. In the last 3 years, JCC has won 37 of 39 football games. You've been in the Prep Bowl 3 consecutive years, won it last year, runner up the 2 years prior. What's going on in Jackson County Central? What's going on with this football program that allows it to have the kind of success that you've had? And let me preface it again by another number. The last time JCC had a losing season was in 2005. That's 20 years ago, was the
Hmm.
last time there was a losing season there. What is going on? Why are you guys so good?
I mean, truthfully, probably just give all the credit to the coaching staff and give credit to the parents. Our parents are great. Like they every single parent at JCC wants their kid to be that guy, and they want them. They're like, you can't skip lifting today. You got to go to lifting. Like it's part of it. If you want to be good, you know what you got to do. It's not complicated football, right? Like it's not complicated to get
Right.
good. You got to go practice. You got to go to lifting. You got to get better. And I think every single parent and just our coaching staff, Tom Schuler, and I mean, we just got a great coaching staff that pours into us. That here's the standard, guys. Like we haven't talked about last year at all, hardly. We don't want to talk about it. This year's this year, so we're gonna go out. Weightlifting has been great so far this summer, and start off with 7-on-7's been great. And I mean, it's just every single year, it's awesome, and we got great parents and great athletes.
You guys open against Maple River on August 29th. It's your last go around with these guys. You
Mhm.
grew up with these guys, right? I mean, you guys have been
Mhm.
together for all these years. What's it going to feel like to go through this final season, and then everybody goes their different directions when this is over.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be the best but saddest season ever. You know what I mean? Like, been playing since third grade, like you said, and it's just want to go out and do the absolute best you can, and don't take anything for granted.
So there's a couple of numbers that you have a shot at, records at JCC that
Okay.
your brother owns. Do you know this?
No, I got no
Okay.
idea.
So career passing, you are 800 yards, and that's doable. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Behind Rudy. Career touchdown passes, maybe a little bit more difficult. He's at 49, you're at 37. How sweet would it be if you could walk out the door with not only another state championship, but then look back at your brother, who I believe is on your coaching staff, right?
Yep.
And just say, hey, sorry, but that's football.
Yeah, it would be cool. But at the end of the day, it's about wins, honestly. It's about winning. But yeah, it'd be cool.
I know,
I know.
but there's got to be some brother rivalry there. I mean, you guys,
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah.
He's a little bit better at throwing. I'm a little bit better at running. I'll give him it. But hopefully I can beat him.
Yeah. So, what are you most excited about next fall? What keeps you awake at night? What, as you lay in bed and you can't sleep because you're thinking about this or thinking about that for next year?
Yeah, honestly, just like learning the position and getting better at that, and just like honestly, just scoring touchdowns in that stadium at other people's stadiums. Hopefully, playing early and just like having a crowd like that. Just it's what every kid dreams of, right? Just to play in front of a crowd like that, score touchdowns in front of them. That's kind of what keeps me going.
Yeah, that's the dream. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
100%.
Roman, I appreciate you doing this. I look forward to getting a chance to talk to you more as the season goes along. Stay healthy and have fun, and don't beat those two guys up so bad this weekend.
Yeah, they're a little bit bigger than me. I think I'll have to worry about it the other way around.
All right. Thanks for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, this is my second year of retirement from TV, and I want it to be stress-free, and I'm not messing around. If I've got a plumbing or electrical issue, Aquarius Home Services is my first call. Right now, get $98 off any electrical or plumbing repair, which provides peace of mind, and it is a great deal. Fast, friendly service from your local, trusted, fix-it-right company. No stress here. Aquarius Home Services, earning the right to be recommended. Summer in Minnesota means football camp season, and at Crown College in mid-July, former Gopher lineman Sam Schluter and many of his football friends and former Gophers hosted a football camp for kids. But not just any camp. This camp honors the memories of former Mayor Lutheran star tight end Tegan Martin and Zoe Orth. Zoe passed away from cancer. Tegan died in a tragic car accident. It's called Two Lights Foundation, and they raise money to impact future students who want to receive a Christian education.
Yeah, the kids are from pretty much everywhere, pretty local because that's kind of where our marketing was set. We can do a lot, but there's a lot of kids in this area. It was kind of funny. We actually had a high schooler sign up from Iowa. So he's going to be at the next camp, and he's taking the time to do it. These coaches are all former friends, still friends, but former guys that I played with or trained with. We have a guy who played with the Saints. We have Nick Callerup, who's currently with the Seahawks, that he could be training or laying in his bed. I'm sure he wants to do that before fall camp, but he's taking the time to be out here. Just some great guys that I got the chance to play with and get to know.
I was there when the young guys were put through the paces by a host of great young mentors, all with one purpose: to teach football and pass along some life lessons as well. Congratulations to Sam and his coaches for doing a great job. Former Viking great Randall McDaniel is one of the greatest offensive linemen to ever play in the NFL. He was an All-Pro for 12 consecutive years in the NFL Hall of Fame, the College Football Hall of Fame. And I'm super excited to have you do this for me because we've known each other a long time, 25 plus years.
Plus years, yeah. Goes back to the beginning.
And I think about, I was there at the Hall of Fame when you got inducted. And, you know, when players get inducted, they usually have a former coach or a former player introduce them, you know, as a presenter. You didn't do that. Explain what your mindset on why you decided to choose OK Fulton as your presenter.
Well, I mean, he was the perfect person. I mean, growing up, I mean, my mom and dad raised me well. But as far as in my family, no one ever went, high school degree is what you got. And then you tried to find a job after that. Mr. Fulton was the first one to come to me when I was in 8th grade because I thought, you know, I'm good at sports, but the other stuff, nah.
Yeah.
And he came over and said he wanted to get to know me, the young man, not the athlete. So from 8th grade on, he would always come and check on me. I mean, and I had kind of a chip on my shoulder. I didn't back down to anybody.
Yeah.
And Mr. Fulton would always tell me, you can walk away sometimes, you can let that stuff go. But I'll just, you know, Mr. Fulton was the guy that, I mean, from that point on, told me sports could take me other places. And like I said, I got the scholarship because of him. I mean, I buckled down with school and got my grades where they should be. I wasn't afraid to ask for help because of Mr. Fulton. So I had the tutors in high school going, okay, this math is killing me. So what do I need to do? So between practices, between sports, he would get people to come tutor and work with me to stay caught up. I went to college. I would come back and he would go, hey, big man, I need you to talk to a group of young men.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's just a group of young kids that I can go talk to. And it was a whole auditorium full. And I'm like, hey, you didn't tell me. But he did stuff like that to push me out of my norm. And so, you know, I graduate out of college. I get drafted by the Vikings and, you know, have the career that I had. And Mr. Fulton and I was still always, when I went back home in my hometown of Avondale, Mr. Fulton and I would get together. We'd go out and I didn't golf at that point, but I would go out with him and his group of guys and just catch up, let him know what was going on. And that continued until I retired. And then when the Hall of Fame thing came and they called, well, he came for the 2006 Ring of Honor for me too. So he's always going to be there. He had a bout of cancer. Yeah. He had just been told he was all clear the year I got inducted into the Hall of Fame. And he was the only person I wanted to introduce because he knew me from the beginning where I started to where I was at now. And I mean, I think I got into education because of Mr. Fulton.
And it should come as no surprise that you are such an education-based, community-based person. And I'm assuming maybe because of that relationship, because after you retired, you didn't just go off into the sunset. You went and became a teacher, like a teacher's aide. You're out in a classroom every day.
Yeah, I mean, and that started from...
That's so unusual for a professional athlete.
It's a little different. Well, think about it. Mr. Fulton's was, I always say, you get so many difference makers in your life.
Yeah.
And Mr. Fulton was one of mine.
Yeah.
Big influence on my life. And I thought if I can do just a little bit of what he did, make a difference in some child's life along the way, be that role model, that positive encouragement that they didn't get all the time, it goes the easy thing to do.
And football wasn't enough. I mean, for some people, football would have been enough to do what you were talking about. I'm making an impact. I played football. I meet with some people. That wasn't quite enough for you.
No, but football is something I did. It wasn't who I was.
Yeah.
I mean, God, you play for 10 years or 14 years, whatever you want to say. That's still a small amount of time in your life. You still got lots of things to do. And like I said, I mean, Mr. Fulton laid the foundation, planted the seed. My good close friends from college, she was a school teacher, and Jody was Gallimore. I got called by her correct name now. She was 2 years ahead of me, but she was got a teaching job on the side of town where I grew up at. And I'm like, God, she's making a difference. But I mean, and so I would go volunteer at her classroom, and then I did my student teaching at her school. And then I would come to her classroom with the 8th grade kids, and young men in her classroom didn't want to read. So she had me come in and read, and I'd bring my favorite books in. So I'd bring a different book on my lunch hour. I'd come up and eat my sandwich, and I would tell the kids, hey, here's the book I brought for today.
Yeah.
And then the first book I did bring in was Where the Wild Things Are.
Yeah.
I go, well, we're out here in Glendale. It's where the wild things are. I grew up just 10 miles away from here. I thought this would be a good book to start with.
Yeah.
And by the end of the year, those young men were coming to me wanting to read the stories that they wrote. So, yeah, she laid the foundation, and I had people come along the way. I mean, Nancy Benz, now Nancy Froelich. She ran our training camps. She told me she was a 5th grade teacher at the time, so she drugged me into the Robbinsdale district, and I volunteered in her classroom.
Yeah.
And she said, giving back is volunteering means show up at 8 o'clock in the morning and leave when school's out. Yeah. That's the only way you're going to learn it all. And so she's a big part of that as well. So I had people in my life along the way that were all in education that's pointed out that you can make a bigger difference. Football, you can do so much, but you can really make a big difference if you go into this line.
So Randall is recognized, obviously, as a great football player for the Vikings, played for Tampa Bay for a couple of years. But football almost really was basketball. That was really the sport for you. You were a 3-sport athlete. You had track, you had football, you had basketball. I mean, how close was it that you might have ended up playing basketball as opposed to football?
Basketball was close. They were both right there. I mean, I was getting offers for both. My basketball coach didn't like the fact that I wouldn't take a basketball trip because I wanted to play football. And I'll be honest, I mean, a hard foul for me in basketball looked like a real hard, like I was trying to murder a guy on the basketball court. So that wouldn't be good. I mean, and I could tone it down if I wanted to, but sometimes I did give a hard foul just to send a message.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was fortunate. I played against Brad Lowhouse.
Great center.
And some of the guys, Mark Allery and Sean Elliott.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to play against all those guys.
Yeah.
So I got to play against all those guys. But, in the end, it came down to, look, if I try to take someone's head off in basketball, I'm going to be in trouble. Yeah. And if I do it in football,
it's okay.
They think I'm a great guy out there. But yeah, football, I think I made the right choice. But I still played all those other sports. So we were intramural basketball champions every year. Yeah. But yeah, I figured for me, though, you had to play every sport. I mean, that's how you kept yourself in shape. That's what you do.
Which is a great lesson for all the high school athletes that watch this podcast. Specialization, obviously, is here to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. No. But you look at you, Joe Mauer, guys like that who have had incredible success in one sport, but really the foundation was laid in all of them.
And you do it on them all. And then there's some carryover from all of them. I mean, basketball, coordination, footwork, it helped in football. Yeah. I mean, running track kept me in shape. Yep. I I even dabbled in wrestling, but I lost my temper too quick in wrestling. But I did it all. I mean, played baseball up until I got to high school. But you always did something. I mean, and that was my mom. That was my dad. Yeah. You can't sit around the house and do nothing. Yeah. Get out of the house. Don't come back until supper time, but go play. And we used to always, with a group of guys.
Were the days, man. Yeah.
We had our dirt field from the movie Sandlot. We had our Sandlot. Yeah. And we played baseball until the sun went down. Yeah. And then you sneak down to the school with the lights on and play basketball. But you did everything. And what I loved about it, it was just us kids out there playing.
Right. No adults.
You figured it out on your own. Yeah. And I love that. And you still see some of that now and then today, but it's a different, everything's changed right now. But if kids come up and ask me what they should do, I always say play everything. Yeah. Because you lock yourself into one thing, and what happens when that doesn't happen? Right. Then what do you do? So do it all. Enjoy it.
For those who don't think that a lineman can be an athlete, Randall McDaniel holds the fastest 100-meter dash time ever among offensive linemen in the NFL. When you were in high school, correct me if I'm wrong, but you ran 10.64 in the 100 meters. What did you weigh at the time that you ran 10.64?
I was 235 pounds.
Oh, my God, that's incredible.
Yeah, I used to laugh, and I would come from throwing the shot and this, and all the little guys would look at me like, what are you doing here? I go, you'll find out real soon. So
the pain is coming.
It is coming, yeah. I mean, and I ran out of my shoe in the state track meet. I'm like Fulton.
A la Herschel Walker.
Yeah, shoe came off. or it finally ripped down the back. They were a pair of 14 and a half, not a
Oh,
15.
my God.
So they would duct tape in the back. And the duct tape let loose halfway down the track. So I finished 4th.
Randall McDaniel gets drafted in the NFL in the first round, 19th overall pick by the Vikings. Who was the toughest defensive lineman in the NFL you ever played against? When you knew that matchup was coming, you're going, oh, man, I'm in for a long day.
Okay. As far as other teammate or opponent I played against, Jerome Brown.
Oh.
Before he passed away, played with the University of Miami, the
Yes.
U, as they say, and then with the Eagles. He was the first big defensive tackle inside that had speed and quickness and then the power to go with it.
Yeah.
So whenever we
you
played,
see so much of that now today. Almost every lineman's like that today.
everyone's big.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think they're just big. I don't see the speed, in my opinion, the speed and quickness, because it was trending that way at the end of my career.
Yeah.
And I would rather see the guys that played today then.
Yeah.
Because they get tired.
Really?
I mean,
Okay.
you can wear them out a lot quicker.
Okay.
But Jerome, you could not wear out. It was a physical battle the whole time. And we were at All-American trips together in college, and we both talked about, man, if I played against you, I kick you. And he'd say the same, and then we got to play against each other.
Yeah.
And it was a battle from the start.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, they're not going to call your name very much, and I may not get the pancakes that I thought I might, but I'm not giving you what you think. And we both ended the game. We laugh about it. And I was like, hey, that was one hell of a battle we had out there. But yeah, Jerome, I would always perk up a little more, try to pick up more tendencies on him. But yeah, he was the one to playing against. But as far as every day in practice, I mean, I started with Millard. And then I went from Millard to Noga, came in there for a little bit.
Yes.
And then I had Henry Thomas.
Oh, gosh.
And then Johnny switched in, and then I had Johnny for 10 years. So
John Randall for 10 years.
I used to tell people that. I go, man, when I played in the game after dealing with Johnny all week, I would go, hey, man, this is piece of cake right now. I go, that's what I dealt with during the week. And I go, and now I got you. What do you think I'm going to do to you? And so people didn't understand that. They're like, well, you guys only 9-on-7. I go, no, Johnny and I went against each other a lot.
That's incredible.
And I go, he made the game easier for me.
Yeah.
Which I could never tell him what he was doing and what he was doing in practice ever, because if he knew how close he was to beating me sometimes, then I would never hear the end of it. So I waited till after I retired to let him to say thank you for everything he ever did for me. Because I mean, and like you said, playing against Johnny and the guys that I got to go against just makes you better.
Yep.
And so I love that. I mean, I used to have to trap Dolman in practice too, and I hated doing that because he knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And yeah,
such a great player.
And that nickname at Rockhead for a reason. I mean, he knew it was coming. You were going to get rocked when you got hit him. So, but it just, I played against some of the greats, which made me a little better.
Viking fans are probably screaming at me right now and saying, you got to ask him about the awkward stance, the Randall McDaniel stance in the offensive line, because it's all we talked about when you were playing is how in the hell do you do what you do with that leg? How did that happen? Because your leg, describe the stand.
It was like a kickstand on the left side. Like I was using my knee. I mean, I had the foot on the ground. Like I was in a 3-point stance, but the left knee was bent in a way and the left foot was turned out of the way.
Was it always like that? No.
If you go back and see my entire rookie year, it's a normal offensive lineman stance. I used to switch in college from left to right, strong and weak.
Gotcha.
My own teammate, who was a college teammate, who was a high school rival we played against, Todd Kalis.
Oh, yeah.
We were playing Pittsburgh my second year in the league, and he went to chop a guy on the backside, missed, got me. So he rolled up my right knee, sprained the immediate meniscus and stuff. Yeah. So down I go. Our old trainer back then, Fred Zamberletti.
Boy, yeah.
Because I was a second-year guy, not truly a veteran yet. He gave me a used Don Joy knee brace that fit. And hence the stance. I was not supposed to play for 4 weeks. They were going to put me in a running pool the second week of rehab. I can't swim. I'm not getting in a running pool. So he said, yeah, you have to, if you won't do that, you're going to practice today. And I go, well, tape me up.
Yeah.
And, being an athlete and someone who hates to miss anything,
right?
I wasn't going to let him know that it was still hurting. But now that I knew what it was, I couldn't do anything else to it. I sucked it up, went out, and I started screwing up the drills for everybody. And so John Michael said, "You're going to suit up for this week." I got that big Don Joy knee brace on. It doesn't fit. Huffman wasn't playing very well, and I got tossed back into the game right away. And the first play was a pass play, and the D lineman across me, I can't remember his name, but his tendency was to bull rush you. I couldn't get low enough with the knee brace on. It kept me from getting down to where I needed to be. So with the good leg, I turned it out and figured a way to get down low. And after a few plays, he started saying, "What the hell are you doing? I can't read that stance." That's all I needed to hear.
Oh, man.
"You can't read my stance." And then I started telling him what I was going to do between plays. And he goes, "No way, not from that stance." And then I do it. And so that's where the stance came about, because the knee brace and one guy making a comment that he couldn't read my stance.
Yeah.
And then it got uglier every year after that. But Johnny Michaels, my line coach, said, "If you ever screw up and can't get out of that stance, you're going back to your normal stance."
And you never did.
No, I practice. I would practice doing everything from that stance. And here we go. We'll go back to where we started. Playing all the sports that I played.
Yeah.
The track and everything there, I had this quickness still. It helped me get out of that stance. I mean, Stussy tried to get in it at one point. And I go, "Man, you can't. You're not me. Get out of it." So there was with that crazy stance. But yeah, everybody thought, "Man, did you injure yourself? Did someone roll up on it?" It was just me doing something that, because it's one comment, set that stance in motion from that point.
So unique. So unique.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a high school football podcast. High school players, coaches, fans watch this. If you were an offensive line coach today for a high school football player, what would be the 3 things or the things that you would focus on with them in order for them to get better? What would you say?
Wow, that's a lot. I mean, technique, footwork. Everybody always says assignment, alignment, and then to get the plays out. But a lot of it is, I say, proper technique and working your footwork. I mean, if you can get your feet that gets you in the right position, it's perfect. That's why I said basketball helped me move side to side.
Yeah.
Lineman working that little box. A little 45-degree angle step here, or a little hard 45-degree angle forward. It's just your footwork and technique, proper hand placement.
Because linemen, I think sometimes they always think it's all about being the strongest. That's not really. It's about leverage.
It's all leverage and being in the right position. You can be the biggest, strongest guy out there, and if your technique is not sound, the smallest guy can push you around.
Yeah.
They can. I mean, and that's kind of what I said. I mean, I was always considered undersized.
Yeah.
Never played over 300 pounds, and every guy that I played against was 300 plus, and they all assumed that they can run me over.
Yeah.
And it was always hands in the right place, footwork set up, and then take it on and work from there. I mean, a lot of the kids are bigger now today. So in high school, some of the kids are bigger than their opponents, so they dominate with that size.
Right.
But the first time they get against somebody who is an athlete across from them, and they can't keep up, their footwork is wrong. They're crossing their feet over. They're bringing them too close together.
Right.
Or their hands are too far out wide in their setup. If the technique is sound and your fundamentals are there, you can always overcome the things. But if you have to be taught or you have to work on those things. So I always say in high school, get your fundamentals and technique down right away. It'll go a long ways in the end. So, I mean, God, I played with guys who were not as strong as I was, but they had great technique.
Right.
And you never saw them get beat too often.
Last question. Greatest lesson you ever learned in high school that you've carried over into your life?
Oh, wow.
Maybe somebody said something to you. Maybe there was a mentor. Maybe it's OK Fulton. I don't know. But was there something that you just that rang true for you then that kind of has always been in the back of your mind?
I mean, I had, like I said, you bring up Fulton. I mean, I had Fulton. I had Tom Freeman, my first line coach, who really taught me how to play. I had John Michaels. Man, it's hard to say one. I mean, I had Freeman always in my ear about do what's right, not what's easy. Heard that a lot. And I live by that now today along the way. But, I mean, Fulton was always patience, and you can get the job done. Big man, with a little patience, a little hard work, you can get the job done. I mean, John Michaels, the same way. I mean, so in the end, I think they all come down to this, You do what's right, not what's easy.
Yeah.
I was always in the back of my mind, get the job done. Whatever it takes, you get that job done. And being a lineman, I have tons of patience. So I'm going to be in there until it's done. So.
And being a former teacher,
Yeah.
retired now, you've had all sorts of patience. Hey, I appreciate you doing this. Thanks so much. It's always great to see you.
Oh, no, thank you.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. 10K Construction is your one stop for all your general contracting needs, whether interior, exterior, residential, commercial, or multifamily properties. They build relationships with their clients, and that's how they've grown their business through referrals. Plus, they are teaming up with LP SmartSide to become Minnesota's premier siding installer. And they're also partnering with IKO Shingles as well. They've got the best of the best to do the job right. 10K Construction covers both Minnesota and Wisconsin. Now, the rumor is they charge a little extra because it's Packer land. I'm not sure about that, but what I am sure about, 10K Construction is the company you want handling all of your general contracting needs. Go to 10kconstruction.com for details. These days, you can get a checking account, a credit card, or a mortgage just about anywhere. But what you can't always find is the personal touch of a neighborhood credit union like True Stone Financial. I've known the folks at True Stone for many years. They put people first. They take time with you, they get to know you, and they use their expertise to connect with the services that help achieve your financial well-being. True Stone is a not-for-profit financial institution owned by the very people they serve, and they're in your neighborhood. Visit truestone.org and get to know them. They can't wait to meet you. True Stone is an equal housing opportunity lender. Well, if you want to talk about a sport that absolutely exploded during the course of this spring, you've got to talk about girls flag football. And joining me are two of the integral parts of the 24 season when it comes to that. Jeff Erdmann is here, the head football coach at Rosemount on the boys' side, but also on the girls, and really the guy that's leading the charge in girls flag football. And Sophia Peer, who played for Matamidi, and they won the state championship this spring. Thanks for being here, you guys. I'm going to start with you, Jeff, because you and I had a conversation in December, just kind of recapping season one, the pilot program, as it were. 4 teams participated. 51 teams showed up this spring. That's astounding. Did you expect that? Did you have a clue it was going to be that big, that fast? And I guess my other question is, how did the Vikings react? Because this is their baby too.
Yeah, they were obviously instrumental in this because they helped fund it.
Yeah.
When I met with them after last season, we threw out numbers like 32 or 64. And for us to get to 51, everybody was just thrilled with that. And not just that we got to that number, but that we had such a diversity. We had Proctor up in Duluth, we had Fairmont, but then we had obviously Metro teams as well. And so we were very excited that we had such great people step up to be coaches, and the athletic directors and all the people in the backgrounds that have to do all the paperwork with the Vikings and all that, just to provide opportunities for girls to play football. And then we were excited, obviously, to see what would come from that. And from the start of the season to the end, the improvement of first-year teams was significant. And I think everybody got to see that when they watched the state tournament.
Did it feel like it grew too fast? I mean, were there some bumps? No, or you could have had more teams and been okay.
Well, there is a timeline because there's a certain amount of officials that we need. There's a certain amount of training that needs to go on. And so once we got to that deadline, we were like, all right, 51, it's a go. Things went extremely smooth. We were very fortunate that we had no cancellations due to weather.
Yeah.
And so everybody got to play their regular season games. We had crossover games. It could not have gone better. And I think the Vikings would speak to that as well.
We should point out that the girls' flag football season is in the spring and usually played on Saturdays and Sundays, kind of mostly. So trying not to interfere if you're a spring sports athlete, trying to be able to include everybody. Sophia, you guys win the state championship. You beat La Crescent Hoka 36-20, played at TCO. Talk a little bit about that experience of the championship playoffs and being able to play in that kind of setting.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome because like the environment was just super cool. Like everyone was cheering and like just hype. And I mean, considering it's our first year playing, like it just was super cool to be in the championship and like with a whole new experience and like it's all of our first time playing. So we just like came together and it was super cool.
Tell me the progress from your first practice as a team to winning the state championship.
Yeah, I mean, none of us knew really how to play except we do a power bowl during the homecoming week.
Sure.
So that's always super
Is
fun.
that kind of like the powder puff that they would play?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that was always super fun. So me and my friends were like, oh, we should do this, whatever. So, I mean, we had really like no expectations at the start. We were kind of like, oh, this is fun. Like, but I mean, it got super like serious and like we're all so competitive. And so, yeah, I mean, just we all learned how to play and then, yeah, we won.
Well,
so
first of all,
awesome.
you're how tall?
I'm like 6'1" and a half.
Okay, so
6'2".
to have a receiver in this game that tall, that athletic, a soccer player, that athletic, that's a weapon, right? That's a Randy Moss kind of weapon in football.
Yeah, I think the thing that struck me first with Sophia was her play at safety.
Yeah.
I watched, I think, 2.5 games, and I think he had 6 picks in the state tournament. And I was telling Randy earlier, I texted our assistant coach, said, I think we found the best player in the state after watching maybe half of you play.
Yeah.
And, when you play, a 2-deep zone and you have an athlete back there with height, it really takes the deep part of the field away and it really shrinks it. So it really helps your defense significantly.
Just to kind of pass along 4 touchdown catches, 2 interceptions in the final minutes to seal your win. That's just in the championship game, let alone the things you did leading up to it. What was there something that was, what was the hardest part of you learning this game? And what was the easiest part for you?
The hardest part was just, I think like just learning the dynamics and like, okay, like the plays and everything, like
learning the language.
Yeah, the language. Yeah. But the easiest part
was just having fun.
Yeah.
Just playing.
Having fun.
Because I think that's what you walked in here today and you had this big smile on your face, right? Normally, football coaches don't smile like that, especially during a season, because the boys' football season is a grind. You got to love the grind. Otherwise, you're not going to love what you do. This is a little different, isn't it? Coaching the girls' flag.
It is. And I haven't really just been able to figure out what aspect of it, if it's just the nature of the athletes you're working with. But I mean,
that has a lot to do
they're just
with
as driven, but there'll be times I'll go in a timeout and I'm all serious and they'll roll their eyes at me and I'm like, all right, this is just a game. And then they're calm and cool in those situations. So it is, my wife said that, every play they're screaming because it's either for your team or the other team, something great happened and they love celebrating. And it's fun. We had our person who does our clock for our tackle football games. He did ours for our home game, and he came and said, "Oh my God, that was fun." Because it's nonstop. Every play might be a touchdown, legitimately, and it's pretty fast paced. So for fans that haven't seen it, I think once they check it out, they'll be sold on it.
Okay, so let's talk about the future. You take a huge step forward this year. 4 teams to 51. You have a great state championship tournament. Matamidi wins it. What now? What's next?
Well, we haven't had our postseason kind of reflection as a Viking group or staff. One of the things we're throwing out is that the idea that we want to for sure be over 70 teams. I think some of that's going to depend on the financials from the Viking perspective,
because they're the ones supporting.
They fund us 100%.
And talk about that. What's the funding include?
So for first year teams like Matamidi, they're going to have a budget that takes care of their transportation. The Nike provides uniforms for all the teams. Coaches, based on how many numbers you have, what you're going to ask for coaches. It's basically maybe like a 15-to-1 ratio.
Yep.
Every 15 players, you get another coach.
Yep.
And so that is all taken care of where the schools that are financially strapped already, the public schools, they can look at and say, it's not going to cost us a dime.
Yeah.
And so when that is removed, people's willingness to say, oh, we got to offer this, it absolutely opens up. And then when they start learning about the game, last time I was here, I told you that I thought we would have like 1A teams beat 6A teams.
Yeah.
And it absolutely happened.
It's for sure.
It absolutely happened. And you're going to see inner city and rural schools beat suburb schools. And there's not a lot of sports that happens. And so that's where I think the fun aspect of the competitiveness came up. You see a La Crescent Hoka, they're a small school and they've got an incredible team, undefeated until they faced you guys. Proctor had a great year. Melrose was 8-2. Fairmont was, I think, 6-4 or 7-2. So it's a great sport for competitiveness across. And anytime you have that, I think it's fun to play and it's fun for people to watch.
How many players were on your team?
We had like 15 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, but we had 2 JV teams too. So
really,
yeah, we had a lot of girls from our school show.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, we were not expecting.
How much football did you know before you stepped?
Honestly,
on the field?
like nothing. Like
really,
I mean, like except for like the Power Bowl games I was talking about.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like nothing. But I mean, I have to give credit to our coaches. They were awesome. Like seriously amazing, and they were just super passionate about it. And yeah, and then and my teammates were awesome too. So
give me an example of a play call and what it is. Give me, what was your favorite play? They would call this play and you go, okay, this is me.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't really have like a favorite play. Like it'll be like Zephyr slot left, the numbers, but like I probably liked 9 the best because that was a go for me. So I just ran and my quarterback had a rocket, Riley Bogren. Like it would be a complete different story if we had someone else. Like she was insane, could throw like so far. So she would just hit, throw dimes. And
that makes your job so much easier.
Oh, when the 100%. Yeah. And then I had my other receiver, Presley Albers. She was super good too. She's like 5'9" maybe. She was really good too.
It sounds to me like this experience turned out to be way more than you thought it was going to be.
Oh, 100%.
How would you describe?
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. Like, first of all, it was just super fun. Like, was not expecting that to be that fun. But then just like winning state, I think really made a difference. And like, we just had such a good bond, I feel like, our team. And so that really helped like with the chemistry. And yeah, I mean, it's just obviously super cool because it's the first year at our school. So I feel like that leaves a good impact on our community.
Does it give you a different appreciation for football?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I think
in what way?
I mean, I just like appreciate the Vikings doing this because I mean, there's so many girls that love football and like now we get the opportunity to do it. And so, yeah, I mean, and now I understand football more too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So
the appreciation part of it. Like when you go to an Iowa State game this fall at Jack Trice Stadium and I know that.
Yeah.
That's a 9 right there.
Because I'd go to like football games for my school.
Yeah.
And I would never really like understand what's happening. But now I do. So.
This is such the cool part, right? Of what's happening.
And this is why the Vikings are doing this.
Yeah.
Because they want athletes that are going to love the game of football.
Yeah.
I know you're going there as a student, but eventually someday you may be a flag coach.
Right.
You may be an official.
Right.
And so, this last year we had, I think 20% of our officials were female officials.
That's fabulous.
We're trying to obviously, in tackle football, we're trying to get more females into reffing tackle football.
Sure.
And so.
And you see them out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. And opening the sport of football to females where they feel genuinely included and they have a love for it is just it's a great thing all around. It's a win-win or everywhere.
Okay, so take us to how people can get involved. I know you want more people. I know the information is out there, but let's put it out there again. How can a coach out there or a program, a school say, hey, I want to do that? Because I'm sure there's a lot that are interested again.
Yeah, the first thing would to be to email Emily or Joe at the Vikings. And if you can, I don't know if you can pass that on, or otherwise my email is gogirlfootball@gmail.com for our summer league we've been running for 5 years. But then just reaching out and let us know so you can be on the mailing list. Because the next thing is, that magic number for the Vikings of, what their budget is. If the Vikings come and say, well, we're only going to take 75 teams, they want to be want to be on board right away.
Yeah.
So that would be the first thing to do. And then, the next thing is for their programs, identify coaches, having people in-house within the school, whether it's, younger coaches, whether it's female coaches that don't coach in the spring. Those are great people to start, because there's going to be opportunities for people to learn the game in the off season in preparation for next year. And we're there to help them along the way.
And just as an overview, flag football is an Olympic sport.
Oh, I know. Can you, because we talk
flag football for both men and women, right?
Yeah. Can you imagine the NFL team
Are
we could put together?
Me? Look here.
Yeah. Yeah.
6'1" receiver that can, wow.
And they do have tryouts for the national level. So that's, there's great opportunities for that. I think that's
another reason why, Jeff, right? That the Vikings are in on this, because there's a future of this, not just for the fun aspect, but it's going to be an Olympic sport. And the NFL is trying to get ahead of that too.
And scholarships.
Yeah.
Number 3 from La Crescent. Mm-hmm. She was the offensive player of the year. She's got a scholarship to play in college. More and more colleges are coming on board. It's just going to grow because it's going to bring students. It's going to bring interest. So all across the board, there's just great things that can happen because of this.
I appreciate you guys coming in. Thanks so much. We'll stay in contact, I know, to keep moving the ball forward on this. Good luck going to my alma mater at Iowa State. You'll have a great time. And congratulations on a great football season. I watched the highlights. You were amazing out there on the field. So
thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
We'll take a short break. We'll be back. This episode is brought to you by 612 Quarterbacks, Minnesota's premier quarterback development program. At 612Qs, they're committed to creating a high-quality quarterback development program, both affordable and accessible. Their training goes beyond the basics, not only focusing on proper throwing mechanics and footwork, but also building strong football IQ, leadership, and resilience. Their mission is to educate, inspire, and challenge athletes to raise their standards on the field and in life. Through training and mentorship, they're building more than quarterbacks. They're building a community rooted in growth, accountability, and shared success. Learn more today at 612quarterbacks.com. The calendar flips to August, and pretty soon high school football practice will start up around the state of Minnesota, and we will ramp up our coverage as well. A new Shaver Prep Football podcast will drop every Monday from now through the football season, and we hope you'll subscribe to our show. Next week, former Cretan, Notre Dame, and Arizona Cardinals star Michael Floyd will be here, plus future Gophers Howie Johnson and Andrew Trout. And Moorhead's father and quarterback son team, Kevin and Jet Feeney, will be here as well. Moorhead moving to Class 6A. Hope you'll join us. For producer Alex Haugen and the great folks here at Talk North, thanks for watching and listening, and we'll see you next week.